All right, hey guys, Jason here. What we're going to be talking about today is this bad boy right here. I have never been so excited for a battery in my entire life, and we have this one here, and this is what we got set up. And the capabilities and the power of this thing, you don't understand, especially from a camping standpoint, from an off-grid standpoint, from a home power emergency use standpoint, to everything we can do here. And we have very, very big plans for this battery. And this thing is pretty amazing. We're going to talk about it. But first off, notice the numbers on here. See how we got 100 amp hour on here? Now your straps might be in a way, but I'll explain that why in a minute. But this is a 100 amp hour battery right here, 100 amp hour. Weighs like 21 pounds, okay, 22 pounds. Nice battery, LiFePO4. I love this battery, don't get me wrong. Straight up love this battery. And I use it for a lot of things. We got it set up a certain way. I'll show you that in a minute, because we're going to mimic that pretty soon with this one in another video. This battery, notice it says 280. It's actually 300 really, but it's 280, but we'll call it 300 because it's tested to 310. So, but this here is 3 of these. This is 3 of these in this unit. Okay, understand the power of that. Now it's a little heavier. This one coming in 57 pounds, gives you double handles on there, and you feel it, 57 pounds, got some weight to it, but this is 3 of these batteries. So this would be 65 pounds for 3 of them, and imagine the space 3 of these would take. This is 57 pounds and has 3 of these inside of it. So pretty amazing. Give you an example, this Opus, I love this power station. I have another one on the way here that's coming too. It's just a little bit bigger, 500 watts more to it, but and it should be here pretty soon. I'll be reviewing that. But this is the same as this, okay? This is 3 of these. Or with something like this, I can make this plus this equal 4 of these. Understand the power we're getting at here? So it's tremendous capabilities out of this battery and what it can do. So we're going to kind of move some of this stuff off of the table so we can talk about that battery. I'm going to set this over here. And, well, actually, no, I'm going to leave it there because we're going to talk about some other things with that in a minute. So I'm going to leave that there. Let me show you what I've done here with this one here. Now, because we are going to mimic that same thing, because this is a multifunctional piece of equipment here. It is not a car battery. I'm not using it as a trolling motor battery, although I could, in this one battery at 57 pounds, would run your trolling motor forever because of the fact that it is 300 amp hour battery. This is insane for what you're getting here. Understand this. This is why it's called the Smart Mini. This is also Bluetooth, okay? So on my phone, I have an app here, which is right here, and let's see, here it is. We have Bluetooth connected to this. Tells me my power, how much the battery has got drain on it. It tells me my discharge, my input. It tells me my temperature. Tells me everything on the actual app. This battery has Bluetooth built into it. That is an amazing system to have that capabilities on your phone for you. I will cover all the specs on it and what we can do with this thing, but how am I going to use this? Well, one of the ways I'm going to use this is going to, during my off, when I do my Midwest hunting trip where I'm gone for a month. This year will be a month gone. This will be in my trailer mounted, and it will have this cord that I built here, which you will see in a future video with this when I show you, but I have all the different connections for all of these power stations, okay? And this Opus here takes this one. The bigger Opus one I have coming takes this Anderson plug. So each of these power stations take different plugs. Well, I bought one adapter that's got everything on them, wired it in with a 12 to 24 volt converter in here, and I made the wire long enough so that I could put the battery on the floor, have this up on my shelf in my trailer, and I can power this and connect it from here to there. And now I have taken this assembly here in my trailer and turned it into 3 times more what it is. 100 amp hours here plus 300 amp hours here makes this a 400 amp hour power station to run anything I need to, meaning I don't have to charge it. I could be out there for a month and run my laptops and a light in the trailer and recharge my phone and my GoPro batteries, and I don't have to do anything, even if I don't have power. And when I do hit campsites with power, I can recharge both of these. So it's a beautiful system for that aspect. That's one way we're going to use it. Now, another way we're going to use these things for too is when I do my hunting trips here locally and I take off and we go out there, and I'm going to be camping for 5 days, and I'm taking my e-bike, you know, I have my bike with me, I can recharge my battery for my e-bike every single night and have a fresh charge because of this battery. Okay, there's a lot of capabilities with this. When my power goes out in my house, I can use this battery to recharge things like that. There's so many uses. Now, we'll put an inverter on this. We're going to put it'll be here Monday, and I'll show you a whole video on that, on how we make that. It's very similar to how I did this one, and I showed you that video. But we are going to put a 2,000 watt sine inverter on this thing, pure sine inverter. So it's the cleanest energy you can get connected to this, just like I did this one, which if I spin and show you, here it is. There's our inverter mounted on here, wired in. This now becomes one of these. This is basically the same as this. This is just in a nice, neat package, but that's basically what this is. Inverter on here. I have 3 plugs, power, everything I need right there on here, and this is good. Now, this one is not set up with a pure sine inverter. It's modified. This one will get a pure sine inverter on it, which is not that much money. When you think about it, look at the size of this. And this is a $500 battery, and then you spend another $150 on a pure sine 2,000 watt inverter. This thing puts out 2,600 continuous watts without a problem. That's more than my generators do. Okay, this thing is insane. This battery is insane. And again, look at the size for 3 times the capability of it. So, massive capabilities out of this battery and what we can do with it. And with a couple simple little things. And again, what I'm going to do, the key thing for this during hunting season, this will run and power this. If I don't have this, or this breaks on me and goes down, and something goes wrong with it, I have my inverter that I can put on this just like I did here. Strap it right on here. Just the exact duplicate of what you see here, but in a bigger version of this with a 2,000 versus a 1,000, and I have basically a whole nother power station built into this right here. I can also run these together if I wanted to, but this one is my short run. This is what this battery's for. It's 100 amp hour, and it's light. It weighs nothing. Look at one finger, okay? Even with the inverter on it, weighs next to nothing. This is perfect for my small trips. And again, I can go for 2 days and never have to come out, and I can charge my bike, I can charge my phones, I can charge my batteries, my GoPro stuff, run my laptop, run a light in camp, run a TV in camp if I want to, do whatever I want to do. I can even run my little Lasso 200 watt heater. I can do all that stuff from this battery and be just fine for my 2 days of running. I wouldn't run a 200 watt heater the whole entire time out of this, but I'm just saying, I can use this to charge everything I need for a couple of days. 100 amp hour, great. WattCycle even sells 100 amp hour ones too. This Power Queen's been fantastic battery. Did reviews on that too, love it. This is a game changer for its size. It is so close in size. Yes, it's heavier, but you get 3 of these batteries in there. I just can't emphasize that enough. So having that capability with these, what I basically gain is I gain pure 100% power in camp. Pure power to do whatever I want to do with, even when I don't. Now, I can take my generators. I have 3 generators, 1 down here, 2 up there, 2 inverter generator, 2,500 watters, and then I got the 4,000 watt down here. I can take a generator with me. That requires gas, that requires a generator, and then I got to listen to that thing go all night long or however long I'm running it. With a system like this, I don't have those issues. I don't have to mess with any of that. Quiet, silent, perfect power, clean, running all the time, and an app on here that at any given time from anywhere I can pull up and I can use this and I can actually see what my actual power is coming out of this thing and what it's doing. Running my freezers in my trailer. When I am driving down the road, like if I got an 8-hour trip coming home from wherever I'm hunting at, and I got 4 or 5 deer in freezers in there, I need to be able to keep those freezers going. With this, I can run those freezers the entire time of the drive. I could do it with this too even, but this one, I can do it even after I've been running it in camp because I have so much power in it, so much capability. So I can run my freezers with this setup through there with the inverter on here or through the power station, but with that inverter on it, so again, it will look like this. Plug my freezers in with one of these. This is how it's going to be. I'm going to take one of these power strips just like this. I'm going to plug it right into the inverter, and then I'm going to plug my 2 freezers into here, and then this will power and run both of my freezers right through the inverter. It'll run my freezers in my trailer and anything else I want. Plus, it'll also run my refrigerator. I got an IceCo portable fridge freezer combo. Looks like a cooler. It's very similar in size. I don't have a cooler in here to show you, but it's very similar in size to a cooler. I'll be doing a review on it. It is coming. Means I don't have to deal with ice for that at all. So not even on my 30-day hunting trip, all of my perishables, my pops, my Gatorades, any of that kind of stuff I want, I have 2 freezers in my trailer. So I can freeze things, but I don't have a way to just keep things cool or cold or comfortable. That refrigerator that I have coming that's like a cooler does not need any ice. Everything is perfect. I don't have to keep recycling frozen water bottles through it, and I get that capability. Plus, when I'm here in Georgia and I want to go out and hunt for the day, I can throw that thing in the bed of my truck and have it back there, and I got it where I got no ice I got to deal with. I have cold food and cold lunch and cold drinks with me while I'm out there hunting, and if I kill a hog or anything like that, I have capabilities of putting that fresh meat inside of there and keeping it going. These will power that perfectly. Okay, so there's so many uses for this, and when it comes to at home, when the power goes out, this will get you by for a little while because it's a 100 amp hour option. It'll get you by for a little bit if you only got an hour and a half or 2 hour power outage and you want to run your TV, your Bluetooth, your cable modem, your TV, and a light. Okay, you're going to be okay. This one being 2600 watt output, 2500 watt continuous output capability, and having 280 amp hours in this thing will run some serious stuff or run some little stuff for a short amount of time or for a long amount of time. You get so much power. Again, 3 of these inside of here. So it is a gold mine setup. So we will have it looking like this. That will be a whole nother video. Let's talk about this battery itself for a minute here. Sorry. So let's slide this stuff out of the way. But this gives you an idea. Small version, bigger version that this will be set up as, and multifunctional to run everything else. Such a gold mine. Such a beautiful, beautiful system. So I don't want to put this in the middle of the table. Again, this is 60 pounds, almost 57 pounds, but we do get M8 bolts for this. Okay, so that means that your actual terminals that are coming on here, they are actual real M8 bolts that you are getting. They are right here. And that is a gold mine thing because if something happened and you lose them, you can go buy them. So we have, and it's the same exact, and they even give you extras in here, long and short. They give you both. So you have the options here for those. But these are going to screw right into here and lock this right down and go right in there and just like that. And this one's going to go right in here just like that. And there we go. And now you have the option of, or you have those in there, and then you got caps that go on here. So here's what it actually does look like when it's set up. We will save these short ones and put those back in here and save them with it. But so this is that battery. What are the specs on this thing? Let's take a look at this thing. Bluetooth, I already showed you that. On your phone, connects right to it. No more guessing what this is. Okay, this inverter doesn't have a digital readout. The inverter that's coming, that's going on here does, but I can monitor this from anywhere. Let me talk about that for a second too with my freezers. When I'm remote camping and I have that refrigerator and I have those freezers, and all that stuff going like that does not need to run constantly. I don't need to run a freezer straight every single second of the day to keep a freezer working. I also don't need to run a refrigerator every single day to keep, or every minute of every day to keep a refrigerator going. I take a Christmas tree timer where I can pick and choose. It's got little pins, not the digital. Stick with the analog ones. I'll probably show you a picture of one in here. I can take that and plug that in and then plug that in right here and then plug this into there. So everything in this power strip is on that timer. I can set it where my fridge and my freezers, they come on and they run for an hour, they go off for 2 hours. They come on and run for an hour, they go off for 2 hours. They come on and run for an hour, they go off for 2 hours. And so that way, we're maintaining and we're keeping things charged. But I can monitor everything through the app on my phone with this and see exactly what this thing has going on and what's happening with the battery. Love that system in this thing. So that's amazing. It's got Bluetooth. This is 280 amp hour proven and tested to 310, 57 pounds. This has low temp cutoff. This has every possible protection you could imagine. Overheat, over circuit, short circuit, cold weather shutdown, reverse polarity protection. You name it, it's got over discharge. It's got everything there is. Every protection as possible is built into this battery. It's already in it for you. It has it all in there. If you were to open this thing, it's not like an old lead acid battery. You open this thing up and there are a motherboard in here, and there's a Bluetooth adapter in here, and then there's wires that connect this to the battery cells that are in this. It's an amazing system inside. I am not cutting this open and taking this open, but there are videos out there if you want to find them where you can see exactly what's inside this. So that's very good stuff. They give you all that. Again, 2,560 watt continuous load capabilities. That is amazing. That's a lot of power coming out of this battery. That's more than double what we're getting out, continuous output out of this one. Love that power that comes out of this thing that we're getting there. 3,584 watts is the capabilities of this thing. Just love it. The time, the length of this thing. That's your 280 amp hours. This is waterproof. IP65 waterproof. Sealed. That's why I'm not opening it. But sealed and waterproof. This is also, now I'll give you some examples. It's got a 7-year warranty. Remember, this is LiFePO4 technology that we have in here. I can't remember what that stuff stands for, but it's LiFePO4 lithium iron phosphate something or another battery. But point being is that this thing it's going to last like 10 years and like 8,000 cycles and recharges, and you're not going to wear it out. It's going to last for way longer than you think it is. We love that factor. And 7-year warranty. And it's got every certification out there is inside of this battery so that you can use it with safety and confidence. Give you an example of some of the things that, like this will run 1,000 watts. Okay, this here would be done, 1,000 watts will run this for 1 hour. This battery will run 1,000 watts for 1 hour, it's done. So it's a 100 amp hour battery. That means you're gonna get 1,000 watts basically for 1 hour for the most part, rounding it, okay? This will run it for 3.6 hours. This will run it for 1 hour. This will run it for 3.6. So it's pretty impressive. If you were running, that was 1,000 watts. If you're running 200 watts, you'll get 18 hours of use out of this. 200 watts is a lot. That's a TV, a modem, and a light, and another light, and your cell phone charging. And you're gonna be able to do that for 18 straight hours. When the power goes out, this, with that sine inverter, will run all kinds of stuff. You can run your computer systems, you can run your CPAP, you can run your medical equipment, you can run any of that kind of stuff. If you're somebody who uses a CPAP and wants to go camping, these will run that stuff. The Opus power stations will do it. This battery will do it for a very, very long time with a pure sine inverter connected to it that looks very similar to this setup you're seeing here. This battery is insane. This battery is just absolutely insane how much power is in this in its small, beautiful, little compact size. Again, it's 3 of these batteries buried into this one, and they're almost the same size. I straight up love it. And if you were running 100 watts worth of stuff, 36 hours. That's insane. That's 3 straight days. Your night times, 3 nights in a row of camping and being able to run everything you need. Charging your phone, running a laptop or battery charges, and running a light and whatever you want in there. That's just amazing. If you're running 20 watts, okay, just running a light bulb for 20 watts, 180 hours. And in this thing, if you use a good quality 14.6 volt charger, this battery recharges from dead to full in 5 hours. I mean, think about that. There is so much capability and power in this battery to be able to do whatever you want to do with it. You will see much more of this battery in a very near future. Again, I have stuff coming that I will be building with next week. I will show you this battery in the trailer, how it will be set up with this wiring and how it's going to power the power stations. When I get that other power station in, I will show you how all that's going to be set up in the trailer for the hunting trip. I will show you how this will be set up similar to this with the inverter, the pure sine inverter on it. We will run things through it. We will power through it. We will do a bunch of stuff with both of these systems and show you. I did one on this already too, but like I said, you will see the capabilities of this. But this WattCycle, this 280 amp hour is insane. Now it's also, as you can see on the front, it says 200 amps BMS. That's some sort of output stuff. I don't remember. Some of this technical stuff I don't understand. I'm not an electrician. Some of that stuff is beyond me, so you probably understand it where I may not. It's so hopefully some of that stuff you get. It's 200 ABMS is what it says. 200 amps BMS on there. 2560 watt is continuous load, and 35800 or 3,584 watt-hour capacity. So, like I said, insane battery, simple in design, simple in function, nice pull handles right here that make life easy, and where we put them at, they just kind of fall right back in and tuck out of the way. And it also gives you a tie-down point on this side. Look at how beautiful that is. Handles here to use when you're carrying it, but when you put this in a trailer, you're going to mount it in your boat, your RV, your camper. If you're going to mount it for any of that kind of stuff, you can also use these and use it to tie them down so that this thing stays strapped down. Beautiful system, simple system, effective battery. Cannot wait to get this thing set up. This excites me tremendously. The pure amount of power inside of such a small unit. 3 of these in 1 of these. So, and if you do the math, these are $229, and again, I love this battery. I love this. It is so light and so simple to take with you and do anything you want with it. I straight up love it. Matter of fact, I want to buy from one of these companies. I want a 50 amp hour one, the half size one. It weighs like 10 pounds. I want one bad so I can set it up for an ultra mini one like that too. It's on my list is to get one of those because I got so many plans that I could use that for running little things. I'm excited to build one. But this is amazing system. This takes 3, boom, 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 and puts them all in this package. Can't beat it. Questions, comments, anything you got, put them down below. I will link this down below for you. And again, you will see a video coming up real soon where we will set this whole thing up and we will use it in many different ways. But this is an introduction to why I wanted this battery so bad. They gave this to me. I did not pay for this. Okay, understand that. Don't think for a second that that happened by accident. It happened because I reached out to them. I want this battery. I wanted this battery, this exact one, because of the size and because of how much is in it and how much battery you jam into this thing. I specifically reached out to them because I wanted this one. Fortunately, because of the fact that I do have a channel and I have that kind of stuff and I can help them by promoting it, they were willing to give it to me for free. Don't think I wouldn't have bought it. I would have bought it. I wanted this. This is worth its weight in gold, especially when you consider, again, I love my power stations, but 500, 600, 700, 800. If you want a power station of this kind of capability, you're looking at like $2,000 to get a power station like this. This is $500 and a $100 inverter set up on here. For $600, you have a power station right here that is lighter, works just as good, does everything that you need out of a power station. It costs a couple $1,000s more. Not taking anything away from power stations. Love them. They're compact, they're simple, they're reliable, they're functional, they look at all the cute grids and bells and whistles, and they make a nice, neat package. This saves a lot of money, and this is a powerhouse for its size. You get into a power station that's this capable, it's going to be massive and on wheels. Here, we get it right here just like that. Questions, comments, put them below. Thanks for watching.